I speak for the animals. I am the Lord, I speak for the trees. Send me another one. Man, I'm gonna break your kneecap. Kill the letter. No. It pays when people invite you or not. Alright, what do you need me to do?
Kyle, you there? Where did Kyle go?
I'm back.
Alright. Hey, I hosted a broadcast, by the way, Kyle.
Alright.
I'm almost to the boss room. I just want to show you.
Which boss you facing?
Oh, the two annoying fucking sorcery bitch witches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The witch at Henwick is pretty easy.
They're easy, but they're highly annoying at the same fucking time. Oh my god, I hate these executioner fuckers. Their range is so ludicrous.
I hate those fuckers too.
And you can't shoot fast enough.
Is that the burial blade?
Yeah, I just call it the Great Sice. But yep, it is. It's pretty much my go-to melee weapon in the game.
What DLC weapons do you got? 'Cause I haven't seen any of them.
Even though I have them, I don't really use them all that much. It's not that I don't like them though, mind you, it's just I don't... I still prefer the base game weapons, in my honest opinion. I'm just so used to them. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Ow. Come on. No, not that attack. Come on, give me the one attack I'm looking for. No, not that attack. Fuck this.
The freaking time I'm trying to shoot them is so stupid.
That's why I like the burial blade right there, motherfucker. That crowd control. Fucking took out 3 of those witches in one fucking swing.
Jeez.
Just like batter up. Charge that R2 and let her rip.
Pretty much.
Alright.
So,
I'm almost there.
So are you on?
Huh?
So what New Game Plus or are you on it?
Oh, what New Game Plus am I on? 22.
Yeah. She's in her room.
Alright, you ready to watch this shit?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm ready to watch it.
Alright. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Yeah, witchy.
Those dudes, the dude, I never really bothered with them. I just let them just walk around because they're slow enough to just dodge.
And for the record, yes, I am using my beast character.
Do you want to do a 2v1 with me? So you're gonna... How do we want to do this, Tez? What should we tell him? What you tell him.
And in case you're wondering, Kyle, I kind of fight like a rabid dog when I use this build.
You can go ahead and
What's that? What's that a call beyond,
It's basically like a ginormous Gauss cannon. Here, I'll show you.
We could have ended it a lot faster if you...
Oh, okay.
Okay, as soon as we finish this today...
Yeah, but notice how my beast hood is hitting max like ludicrously fast.
I don't really know. But like, in the lore, did that really happen? So this is an alternate universe where they collided instead of. Oh.
Yeah, notice how their health pool is fucking enormous.
Jeez. He took him down quick.
Really big squid. Huh.
I mean, if you want to see the DLC weapons, I can show you the DLC weapons.
Yeah, please. I want to see him, cause I brought
Cthulhu's technically a deity. He's a.
Well, the first one you've got basically the Beast Hunter Scythe. It's basically like a scythe version of the Saw Cleaver, except it's got a much more, I guess you could say, fluid moveset, and plus in its folded form, if you press R1, you get like a good range start, and you just keep pushing forward.
Actually, Cthulhu's not.
pretty cool.
He started out. No, at the Cthulhu.
Hold on. And then, yeah, sorry about that. I had to mute Sauce for a minute. And then if you press L1 after you do an R1 attack, you do a back step. And then if you press L1 in the extended version, you dash forward. And then I'll show you my favorite weapon. It's not this one. This is the church pick. This is the most broken weapon in the DLC, actually, in my honest opinion.
Church pick, I've heard things about it.
Yeah, it just deals raw thrust damage, and everything is weak to thrust damage in this game.
I'm doing a skill arcane build. Right now I got the Blades of Mercy, and I don't know what my other weapon I want to use yet.
And I'll show you my personal favorite weapon, the Beast Cutter. Now, its normal R1 really isn't that special. It's just a blunt weapon with teeth. Same thing with this R2. You just slam it on the ground, and then you slice with it. But you want to know where it comes in handy the most?
What?
In its second form. It turns into a ginormous fucking whip. Think of the threaded cane, except hard hitting and such ludicrous range.
Oh my god. Oh my Jesus, that thing is amazing. I would enjoy that the threaded cane a lot.
Alright, so for the next two weapons I'll show you, I'll cover the melee weapons. I'd better go back to the Hunter's Dream though, real quick before I continue. I'll show you everything the DLC has to offer. I just gotta pick that up real quick. Let me go back to the Hunter's Dream and then I'll show you everything.
Alright.
There should be a little delay, but I should be heading up the stairs right now on your screen.
Yeah, you're on screen. It's only like English from 5 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah, I'll just tell you ahead of time, so before I get carried away though, hold on, let me switch out of the beast form. I'm actually just gonna put on my normal outfit. The reason I was wearing that outfit was primarily because of the fact that it boosts my beasthood ridiculously. Alright, so in the in the footage you're watching, if you see me dual wielding like a cutlass and a dagger, this is Lady Maria's signature weapon. It's really broken, in my honest opinion. It's literally just a weapon that you can get away with R1 spamming ridiculously fast. And if you press L2 when you're in the dual wield form, you do a spin. So I mean, it's ludicrously broken, in my honest opinion. And then, yeah, are you seeing the part where I'm just spinning?
Yeah, that
right.
does look.
Now this is you said you're running a what build?
Skill Arcane. I got the Blades of Mercy right now is one of my primary weapons. Other weapons going.
Well, if you switch the strengths and skill at the same time, then this weapon is for you. You see this great sword I'm holding?
Yeah.
This is called Ludwig's Holy Blade, or the Moonlight Holy Blade.
Yeah, I know Ludwig's Holy Blade.
No. This is Ludwig's Holy Blade. No, this is Ludwig's Holy Blade, not that weapon I'm holding, but the one I just switched to. That's Ludwig's Holy Blade. That's not the true form. The great sword that you were seeing me use before that was called the Moonlight Greatsword. The Holy Moonlight Sword is what it's called, and basically in its R1 form, it does literally just raw, blunt, and physical. But watch what happens if I press L1. It basically switches from raw physical to raw arcane damage.
Oh my god.
And then if you hold R...
I got some call coming in.
Alright.
Hold on. No, I'm playing games. Playing Bloodborne right now. Playing it with Ryan, and then on Taylor Dillon, because I'm just watching him in a share play right now. He is showing some of the DLC weapons and stuff like that. What are you doing? Oh wow, lovely. Do you want to invite you to the party? There's probably too many people, but I forgot Jaren and something here, but it was me, other Dylan and Ryan, then Jaren, and then someone else joined. Alright. I'm gonna be up late. Hey, did you hear about the clubs being added to? Like nightclubs.
Oh, are you all talking about GTA?
This month I'm gonna do an update, and they are going to add in nightclubs. Yeah. Like 3 nightclubs are gonna become open, something like that. I can't wait for it. Cool. Like nightclubs. Like actual night. I don't know. it's like the nightclubs in real life. You know, they had the floor, you know, sing on and everything. You know, had the DJ and everything. I think. Yeah, it does. Yes, I remember that. Alright, hey, did you know that they patched the glitch?
Who, me?
Yeah, they patched it.
Oh. Well, I already knew it.
Yeah, no. Oh no, we do it right. We've got how to do it. I'm a Dylan. They won't let you call Pegasus anymore. It doesn't spawn the sea sharks nearby. Alright, later.
Y'all done now?
I'm back.
Yeah, I figured as much. You want me to continue? Alright, you ready, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, so as I was saying, the second form swaps from raw physical damage to raw arcane damage. But if you hold the R2, watch what happens. But notice how every time I do that, it consumes a Quicksilver bullet.
Oh yeah.
Also, it wreaks havoc on the durability. But if you press L2, it just does a simple, like, burst. It's devastating if it hits, though. So for the second...
That's why I was having some people tell me that the Holy Moonlight's a good secondary weapon for me. Since I was doing a skill arcane.
Well, you should switch from a skill arcane to skill strengths in arcane. Alright, now this bad boy is one of the raw strengths weapons. Now it looks like a crappy, you know, just like a shitty, handmade, like, hammer. But watch what happens. It's L1, it triggers the flame effect or the burner effect, and you can combine it with an R2 to shoot like a shockwave, charged R2 for a devastating explosion, or R1 for a flame wall.
That's cool.
It's a pretty powerful strengths weapon, and it scales B in strengths. So, I mean, it's pretty beastie. Alright, a couple more weapons. Now this fucker right here is freaky. Watch. Normally it's just a club, right? But watch what happens when I press L1. It's literally an arm of a great one that is alive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, notice how the tendril on the end is alive?
Yeah, that is freaky.
Alright, so that weapon is covered. Alright, now I'm gonna cover the Bloodletter, which is one of my favorite DLC weapons. I were to show you this thing in PvP, I could one-shot a motherfucker. I'm dead serious. This thing is flat out broken. It's more for psychotic Bloodborne players though, because if you hit somebody, it eats away at your own health very quickly. And also, it causes frenzy, so... Alright, so basically, let me heal myself. In normal mode, this thing is just a mace. It's literally just a blunt weapon. You know, you got your standard mace attacks, but watch, if you press L1, it takes away your own life force, but look what happens in the process. Like, you see how the blood basically solidifies?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, but dude, watch. This is the move set when you have it in this form. This is the R1. This is the R2. Now, its charged R2 is pretty dangerous though, because watch. If you hit somebody with it, it takes away your own life force. But the real kicker is this. Hold on. Let me get something that offers like a lot of frenzy resistance real quick. Frenzy resistance. Is that good? No. Alright, yeah, that's the best frenzy resistance for this. Checked. Alright, now that I've got my frenzy resistance maxed out, let me go over here so I don't kill the doll with this shit. Now watch what the L2 does, alright? See what I mean? It takes half of your health away, but its benefit is that, dude, if a player is near you when you trigger that, their frenzy bar stacks up as well.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, you could basically instant kill somebody with that. Now for my personal favorite weapon in the DLC, aka the ginormous pizza cutter. Normal form, it's just a blunt weapon, pretty much a mace. You know, you've got your normal R2s and shit like that. But when you activate salty mode, or saucy mode as I like to call it, you get the pizza cutter. And this thing is fucking amazing.
Oh,
it scales purely in strengths. Like, dude, it has an S rank in strengths and a B rank in arcane. And this thing is amazing. Its normal R1 has very wide and forward sweep attacks. Its R2, you have a normal, like a heavy swing, but if you charge it, it does consecutive hits when you slam it into the ground. So it does the initial heavy damage, and then it does like hundreds of damage per second until you lift it back up. But the reason why it's called the pizza cutter is because what you're about to see is what happens when I hold L2. You see what I mean?
Oh, that is deadly.
Oh, dude, you can stun lock anything with that.
Oh my goodness.
And now for my #1 weapon in the DLC that I like. I'm talking something that I like more than a pizza cutter. Now, this thing looks like a normal curved sword, right? You see the curved sword?
You're getting it. The curved sword.
Yeah, you see the curved sword?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's gonna start out with me walking around, and then I'm gonna show you the basic attacks for it. And then I'll show you what happens when you transform it. Alright, I did the basic attacks. Now watch what happens when I transform it. You see how it looks like some kind of weird device? Did I transform the weapon yet?
You're transforming it just... Oh, that looks like a bow.
It is a bow.
Oh,
yeah, it's an actual bow.
Bro. No way, that is cool.
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me put on my armor and I'll go show you like some actual gameplay footage of it. Dude, it is broken. This thing is so overpowered, I cannot begin to describe how broken it is. Hold on, where's my outfit? Oh, there it is. I have standards, you know. Alright, let me grab some ammo, because in the bow blade form, you only have access to your ranged attacks. That's the only consequence of it, but dude, your ranged attacks, if you mod this weapon right, because the bow blade, it scales in S rank with skill, and S rank with blood tinge. Meaning it is deadly if you actually utilize its bow features. Like, dude, I actually killed a great one on my 20th playthrough with this thing in like 5 hits.
Jeez.
5 hits to the head, that's all it took. This thing is flat out broken. And dude, in PvP, I was helping a friend, right? And he was like a level 50 or 60, so I was debuffed to his level. And dude, we got this invader, right? Dude, he had, I'm not kidding, he had like fucking 65 vigor. So he was a fucking huge beefy tank. And dude, yeah, like mind you, one of those beefy axe guys, I can 3-shot them. If I were to go down here, and I'm gonna fucking do a normal R1 versus these fuckers, it takes away like 1/4 of their health every hit. But if I were to charge R2, pretty much half their health in one hit. Oh, and also if you tap L2 when you have the bow blade equipped, you can slash them using the arrowheads. But it's more of a means of self-defense, so you can dodge back and nail that bow and arrow shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bow blade is incredibly overpowered. I love it though. It is my #1 favorite weapon in the DLC. Before I show you the last melee weapon, I'm gonna show you the guns. Alright?
Alright.
Alright, so, you see this gun on my back, right? You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
That's what's called a piercing rifle. It's an actual rifle, though. You fire it like a blunderbuss, I guess, but it shoots an actual, like, long-range rifle bullet. I like the sound it makes, too. It sounds really good. And it's actually really powerful if you want to nail a fucker from far away. Alright, I'm not going to show you the church cannon because that takes a lot of fucking bullets. But the base game cannon, it just takes less bullets to fire, that's it. Oh, and this weapon I'm holding now is actually called the Fist of Greta. It's basically like a hunk of iron. And if you actually hit your enemy with it, you actually knock the wind out of them and stun them. It's basically just brass knuckles for Bloodborne. They're really overpowered though. Don't be fooled. Well, I'm pretty sure you've already seen the lock shield. It basically, if you encounter a sorcerer in this game, dude, if you hold L2 and block their magic, you take no damage from it. It's really useful for fighting Damien of Menesis and Rom. Alright, and then I'll show you... You know what, actually...
What is that, that wheel one? That wheel melee weapon? I've never seen it before, and it has always interested me.
Oh, this thing? The weapon that I'm holding?
Yeah. Yeah, Ligarius wheel.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid weapon. I have a couple of friends who use nothing but it. It's a pretty solid weapon. I mean, dude, it's slow in PvP, but if you get one hit on, they're fucked. This thing does beefy damage. It's pretty scary. It scales A in strengths too, so...
Looks cool.
Well, its first form, it just has basic attacks, but if you use its second form, it is really overpowered. Like, you'll notice how the attacks are much more aggressive and faster. Like, I just did an R1 combo there, and I'll do the R2 now.
Bro, that thing looks so cool.
Yeah, and when it's in this form, if you press L2, by the way... Oh, but mind you, the only consequence of doing that is that, okay, here, watch, I'll activate it again, and watch my hit points as I tap L2. See how my hit points are slowly going down? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I spun the wheel, but it only lasts a certain amount of time. But if you spin that wheel, it basically increases its damage further. It's a pretty beefy weapon if you know what you're doing with it. It is downright dangerous. Alright, so before I show you the final melee weapon, I'm going to show you the final gun. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready to see that. That was pretty. Oh my god, is that a Gatling gun? That thing looks amazing.
It is actually like an actual Gatling gun. And dude, look at, like, its attack is really powerful.
You're able to sit there and spam pretty much, and it slowly just drains the bullets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so to show you the last melee weapon, I have to equip a certain rune. Because without the rune, the melee weapon is useless. It will not do anything. So I'm gonna go back to the Hunter's Dream, kind of like remember my beast form, how I equipped that beast rune and then I used the beast claws.
Yeah.
This next rune is gonna do the same thing, but it's gonna be for Kaz's Parasite. Kaz's Parasite is a melee weapon that does nothing but arcane. Alright, so watch. I'm gonna equip the Milkweed rune. And I'm gonna turn into an alien. Notice how I'm an alien? Like, you see it? How I have that kind of shroom head?
Yeah, you have that alien head, the cauliflower head.
Yep. Now, notice how when I switch weapons, you see this little, like, weird, like, parasite needle thing sticking out of my, my arm on my right side?
Yeah.
That causes Parasite. It's only able to be used when you use the Milk rune. But this is where shit gets weird, because look at what it does. It's not like your normal melee weapon. Watch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you actually, like, turn into the Parasite. And it has a second form, too, just like the Beast Claw. It's basically just a hentai, you know, tentacle porno fetish.
That's cool.
Oh no, you want to see cool? Dude, check this out. Hold on. I'm going to go down the little walkway. Tell me when you see my character go down the walkway. This is what makes the Kaz Parasite so goddamn deadly versus players, though. You see him going down the walkway?
Yeah, he's going down the walkway now.
Alright, now. Think of a suicide bomber when you see me do this, alright? You can literally make yourself, you can literally self-explode and do massive arcane damage. Literally, it's really powerful, and if you know what you're doing. But if you don't, it's not that powerful.
I think I've seen this weapon before because I think somebody used it against me in a PvP battle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's one of the more popular arcane weapons, to be honest with you. Yeah, that weapon is immensely powerful, though. Alright, I'll show you the spell stuff, too, while you're here. I might as well. Alright, where is it? Because it only adds like 2 new spells, so basically the first one is the Black Sky Eye. Alright, so what this does is it basically allows you to shoot a big chunk of raw arcane damage at your opponents. I'm gonna go down like the steps though, because this thing can instant kill. Alright, you see my character going down the steps?
Yeah.
Alright, now watch. See how my character shoots like a huge chunk of arcane damage?
Yeah.
Alright, now this is the more overpowered spell if you have high arcane. It's called a Cursed Brew. And it basically does dark magic. Hold on now. Alright. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Watch.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if it hits a player, dude, they're fucking screwed. That thing does over like 900 damage, but that's because I have like 99 arcane. Oh, but I'm gonna show you a couple of like really good base game items you need to collect. They'll give you a huge edge in PvP, especially since you have high arcane. Alright, so real quick, let me go to the, buy bullets. Good thing is I have a shitload of fucking blood echoes, so I can buy as much shit as I want. Alright, that's it. Alright, so this first thing I'm going to show you is called the Augur of Ebretius. It's basically, it allows you to shoot a partial of the cause parasite. But the only difference between the cause parasite and the Augur is that the Augur, if you hit your opponent, it sends them flying. Like it knocks them on their ass and basically down the road. It's a very powerful arcane tool. And then the second arcane tool I want to show you is one of my personal favorites, and I use it a lot. Like, I'm talking like a lot. Alright, so watch how my character rolls. See how she's just rolling? There's no magic to it. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, watch, well, it's better if I just show you. I'm gonna show it to you on a very, more of a medium dodge enemy. And I use it in PvP a lot because if, you know, because with me, I rely on my speed more than strength. Hence why I use the scythe and the beast claws and stuff like that. Because they're fast.
Yeah.
And with this hunter tool, it actually gives me a huge edge. Alright, so watch. Alright, new game plus 22. 2 giants with a massive health pool, and I'm gonna use my katana. Now watch what happened. Look how I'm dodging normally, right? Now watch what happened when I crushed the old hunter bone. Notice how I'm teleporting? Notice that?
He just crushed it. Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Yeah, when you crush the old hunter bone, it allows you to teleport, quite literally. Notice how it's much harder for these two fuckers with a high hit radius to get a hit on me?
Yeah. That thing is so cool, that old hunter's map.
Oh, dude, I love this thing. It's amazing. Ooh. Another one of my favorites. Alright, Shadow, you're gonna like this one. Alright, so if you thought the auger of Abrasius was cool, dude, check this out. This is what's called the Tiny Tenantris. Now, dude, it takes an ass load of your Quicksilver bullets, but watch what happens.
You can choose, Ryan.
Did you see what happened?
Yes, that was cool. Just
it allowed you to basically call in a miniature fucking lightning strike. Another weapon that I think you'd like, by the way, when you hit like the late game, is called the Empty Phantasm Shell. And actually,
Phantasm Shell.
You have it? Do you have it?
Yeah, I got it already. I got it from the whatchamacallit, before you face Rom, but yes,
yeah.
Rom Death has it. So,
yeah, that's critical for your arcane build, because what you want to do, right, is basically when... Here, let me waste a bullet. So, when you basically go to imbue your weapon, don't do it right away. Basically press up on the arrow key and then triangle, so you can transfer a portion of your health into 5 blood bullets. So any bullets you use is going to be from your blood, not your actual bullet supply. So basically I could just pop my blood bullets and then just go bam.
Okay.
And I don't waste any of my Quicksilver ammo. Yeah, the Phantasm Shell is critical if you're doing an arcane build. If you're wondering what like the Choir Bell does, it basically just heals cooperators, I guess. It's basically a medic, but it uses 7 bullets at a time. The Beast Roar, I'm pretty sure you have this one, right?
Beast Roar and... yeah, the Beast Roar and the Empty Phantasm Shell, I do.
You don't have the Executioner's Glove, do you?
Yeah, I don't think so, at least.
Alright, I'll show you what they do as well.
You get the Executioner's Glove and Canehurst, right?
Yes, yes. Alright, so here, watch. I'm gonna leave this guy outside.
I've gotten Canehurst to go through there, just haven't got the Executioner's Glove yet.
Alright. Yeah, but watch what it does. Mind you, that was New Game Plus 22, dude. It one-shots even the most basic enemy.
Wow. That is cool.
And what's even better is, dude, it homes in on them. It's basically like a fucking heat-seeking missile of blood magic death. But it's still dodgeable, by the way. It's still dodgeable. But it's a monster, dude. There are some pretty fucking wicked arcane tools in this game. And I use a lot of them. I really do. Although the Call Beyond is my favorite because it's like a shotgun blast of arcane damage and it's a bitch to dodge. So I mean, dude, if you see somebody use that Call Beyond, get some fucking distance immediately. Because the thing about that is that the closer you are to the target, the more damage you're gonna do. I'm pretty sure I showed you everything. I don't know, let me check.
I think you did.
Well, I mean, I didn't show you the outfits, but I don't think that interests you, does it? You want me to show you the outfits, or no?
I'm gonna outfits at a different time.
Alright.
Because I was gonna get back on get back on with Ryan.
Yeah, but before you leave, this weapon that I'm gonna hold in my hand right here, the Shikage. I know you don't have a high blood tinge, but later in the game, when you have a higher blood tinge, definitely use this beastly weapon. This thing is amazing. Even though it's a base game weapon, I use it a lot more than I should.
Right now my blood tinge is at 10 because I was going off what a friend told me. And everything else 17, 18, so around there.
Yeah, I mean, just don't listen to people if they tell you that blood tinge sucks. Because it doesn't. It's very powerful.
Blood tinge doesn't because that is your bullets though.
Well, that and some of the melee weapons in this game are affected by blood tinge. Like, for instance, my really broken as fuck bow blade.
So basically, start putting more into my strength, blood tinge.
If you really want to know what I'd recommend going with strength, skill, blood tinge, and arcane. Those are the major things you want to focus on. The minor things would be endurance and vitality. That would be what I would recommend that you focus your skills on. That's just me though. I would recommend that you prioritize those 4 out of the 6 skills.